It is Media That Matters for Team in Training, and it is the first full week of September. How in the world is it September already? That is just absolutely crazy. I am along the beautiful Columbia River, and it is right at the mouth of the Columbia River Gorge. I am having a nice little day on the beach with my family. Of course, masks in tow, but moved a little away from the rest of the folks so I could come out here and talk to you folks about some awesome media, put it on your radar, and hopefully motivate you folks to keep on moving. My family has started a small subscription service with a kids book about series, which is really been fantastic, especially during these very confusing times. I have a 6-year-old daughter who has lots of different questions, and we definitely try our best to certainly answer a lot of her questions. And gosh, she does have a lot of questions, a lot of whys, and we try and give her those answers, of course. But when it comes down to it, sometimes it's hard to find the right or appropriate amount of information to give. There is a fantastic series called A Kid's Book About, and one of them is a kid's book about cancer, and it does a really good job of parsing some really important information for our kiddos. And I actually found some benefit myself, and just flipping through the pages, and some of those things that when you parse it down and you bring it down to a really understandable level, it can help. Really important, and it's worth checking out, especially if you are a parent and you got those kiddos. Next part, if you are a parent, a little parent specific here, if you are still a fan of This American Life, my goodness, they had their most recent podcast really hit me, because we certainly here in the great state of Washington are definitely shut down in a lot of different ways. We are in phase 2 in a lot of different areas, mine specifically, and that does. My daughter is most definitely at her screen for most of the day, and her mom and I are very much responsible for a lot of her education. So just examining that discussion, maybe some of the fight, some of the contentious parts of it. Really great podcast, and was a really good companion to me as I was getting my miles in this week. Are you getting your miles in? Are you doing the Resilience Challenge? Are you in with us? Team Pacific Northwest POWA, PNW POWA, is doing pretty darn well. Actually, today I should be hitting my weekly goal of 50 miles, and I'm at 575 for fundraising. Woo-hoo! Feeling pretty good about that, but I'm hoping to continue. Got to keep those fundraising coming in. Definitely, cancer's not beaten yet, so we got to keep it up. So I got to figure out different ways for me to engage with my friends and family. Hope you guys are doing the same. Another great listen for this week that I really enjoyed was the Nike Trained podcast. Not sure if you guys have jumped onto that one yet, but really awesome, especially talking about different training styles and experiences from premier athletes, real pros, that it's just really something special to get kind of a behind-the-scenes kind of view on it. And this week they talked to a sports psychologist who was talking about that kind of winning language that we can set up for ourselves really early, and that kind of self-talk that kind of sets you up for success, and really giving yourself support. Self-talk is so important because we know that stuff is going to get hard. Anybody who's done an endurance event knows that there's going to be those times where you're in the pits, man. You hit the wall, or you just haven't eaten enough, or you don't have any water. It's quite a ways until the next aid station. And what's going to drive you? You know, what's your why? What's going to bring you through it? Us, blood cancer. And until we do, we're going to help patients have every step of the way. We're going to make sure that those patients have the best care possible. And that means a lot of different support. That means support for the patients. That means support for their families. It can mean a lot of different things. So that's what you guys are doing out there. You're absolutely amazing. Keep those fundraising dollars coming in. Keep those miles coming. You are absolutely amazing. Keep it up. Go team.